I'm back. What was I going over? I think I was going over, oh yeah, I was going over the, like, counterplay for fly. So, fly is one of those stances where I think, I like, never use it. Or when I use it, I die. Like, I'm being so serious. I think every time I do this, they just fucking sidestep, walk forward, and I fucking die. I die. So I've thrown games by doing this. I'm like, fuck it, bro. They're just going like from full screen, right? From full screen over here, like right. So I just back up. I still have time to punish you, mind you. So I've actually thrown full games by doing that. I fucked up the punish. I just want to show the punish real quick. Like you're minus like a million. You're minus for eternity. So yeah, like that's just not something to ever do. So that's 1 plus 2. We've covered 1. All right. Let me turn off counter hits. I'm trying to remember the rest of the moveset. There's only like 4 moves to fly. There's no lows. There's like never a fly low. I think if they add a fly low, it'd have to be like a point blank fly low. We've covered. Let's say. So what is it like on block? So all the fly options are very stoppable. It gives up your turn. I think the range is pretty decent about here. So if there's a mix-up where it's like, oh, they're gonna run in, do like a house sweep or a mid, you can just fly over it. At least that's the way I think about that sort of move. Like, let's see, record. Oh yeah, I'm actually terrible at this. Hold on. There we go. I'm gonna use the top one. So I'm not quite sure what you would use it for. It obviously evades lows, probably some mids. Like if they're doing like a forward advancing string or something, just have the ability to just fly up because it's very slow. So if I were to do something like sidewalk right, doesn't track. If I do sidewalk left, doesn't track. So there's no tracking involved with this move. So it's hard for me to understand exactly why you would use it. Because again, there's no mix up to the stance. You can basically block I guess the mix up, quote unquote, is it the grab or uh is it a mid, right? Because you have like this is the grab or the laser. So like there's the option you have to sidewalk. There's the option you have to duck. There's the option that you don't need to duck. You can just do what you want. So I think it's 15 frames. It's minus 15 on block. So I guess this is like a get in tool. So let's say you do something like right from tip range. If you can get it at tip range. Hold on. Is it like here? That's a whiff. Even that's a whiff. Oh yeah, the rate. So it's all based on like how you do it. If you do it up close, like here, minus 15. If you do it out here, like let me back up to a range where it works. If you do it here, minus 12. If you do a little bit further, yeah, like you can make it safe. I just don't know what the criteria for it is. Yeah, this is mad fucking weird. Cause it doesn't have the reach to dictate, hey, I'm coming in safely. We have fly 4-2. So this is the same thing as like Morning Crow 4-2, where it's entirely interruptible. Let's see. Right. So like the general idea would be you could interrupt it, right? You could visually see the flip. Right. Heat burst does wonders. Right. You can block the flip and then block the high. Whatever the combo is for that. Again, all of these options are incredibly sidesteppable, right? At any point in time, you can just decide to sidestep the move once you realize what it is. So like I was saying, like this character's kit is essentially like just gimmicks, right? I guess technically you could even hold on. Yeah, with the right timing. should I wait longer? I'm having a hard time doing steps out of here. The timing is kind of specific. There you go. But you get the general idea. Again, this is probably used just for combos. On block, it's launch range audible. You can range guard, you can power crush, you can jab, you can sidestep. There's no reason ever to be there's no reason ever to be quote unquote mixed or afraid of this fly stance. Every option is easily dealable with, right? So you can sidestep to just ignore all of it, right? You can sidestep to deal with all of it. You can... Give me a second. You can sidestep to deal with it all. You can duck to some of it. You can jab some of it. And I guess this would be the mix-up. Because most characters is on a... How to put this? If you're playing against someone else's stance, it's, hey, is this option punishable or not? Right? Is this option a high? Can we duck this? Can we sidestep these options, right? Is there a low involved? Right? And that changes whether or not you can use Power Crush. Alright, that changes the options you can use. Effectively, the game hasn't changed with Devil Jin stances. It's just that he doesn't have a low that we all expect normally, right? Since he doesn't have a low, it's like you can. It's like the low is the thing that makes you duck, and it's like, oh, we can just stand duck, or we can just stand. All right, we don't need to duck. So it like shifts your mindset where you're like you can disrespect the stance. You don't have to care about the stance. It has nothing to make you like duck, but it does, because one, that's that grab, right? That's what's the word for it? That makes you duck. That's effectively the low. Highs and lows are basically treated the same thing. The only difference is that this stance is so slow, and it's basically only used for combo tools, right? It's pretty much only used for like, I want to finish off my combo or do something crazy. Like... Oh, messing up. Alright, you're accessing it from another stance. I haven't found a way to use it in a match, but then again, that's the point of me being here, is that I haven't been that good at looking in the first place, or whatever look I did was very superficial. So this is the follow-up to that look, you know what I mean? Yeah, fly 4, 2, 1. Alright. So that's like, I really keep dropping that. I'm trying to come up with a combo, like mid combo, which is a bad. So that doesn't reach. What is something that I normally do? I think like... So I think you can do it from fly, right? Yeah. So I'm trying to think of a situation where they'd be in the air, maybe. Yeah, fuck it, we just. Okay, I guess I'm misinputting it. Is it only during fly? Is this not an option for? No, because this is accessing fly. So I guess I have to do it faster. Yeah, so like I'm doing the input correctly. Oh, it's because I was holding input, so it was just fucking it up. So maybe be like, yeah, okay. Screw it, I'm not trying. Just look at what Combo Academy YouTube. Alright, so I have no clue when you use this other than a combo. I think the entire fly stance is like for aesthetics, bruh. Because technically, it's an all check, but like you have to know to sidestep that, right? You have to know that you could run forward and still punish him forward, or he might just do this, right? Um, yeah, fly 4-2. Oh, I see. So I think the combo enders are basically modified. In a way, like if that makes sense. So if you use this one, it floor breaks out of your combo. Right? Breaks the floor. Let's say you do it again. Do that. Alright. Now he's right in front of you. So he's not, he's like 2 jab links away. Like range 2, 3-ish. He's at range 3. right? So at range 3, I think you can thread with a house whip, like a. You can definitely thread with a shackle. So if you're already in heat, let's say you do a combo, you end it off. Then you do a combo into heat, for like the heat burst, stabilize the combo, break the floor. You're here. From here, you can. You can thread a shackle that if it does hit, you get a guaranteed combo. Guaranteed. Right. If you choose this version, it's like, I know he's gonna be farther away from me. But at least this way, like, it's a farther distance set apart, so it changes how like far you have to run in. So if you want to play a keep out game, you can enter combo with something that sends them further. Right? Because now we're at range 4. The other one leads us as range 3. Shackle has much more presence. Right? You've created that space that if he tries to approach, you can shackle him for free. While the other one, like around here, right? You could shackle, but he also could approach you faster than you could press the button. And he's also plus when he does it too. So that's something that I think, because like that's the way that I interpret the move. That's the way that I think the move works. That's the way, from my basic understanding of the game so far and looking at the moveset, what I think it does. Is there probably some other use for it? Like, right? Just throwing it out there, because what is it on block? +1. No. Okay, 4-2 is -27, so you just die if you use it. That one's super risky, but they made it +1. We have fly 1+2. That's the laser. -16. So far I haven't seen anything too incredibly scary. Like, is he still at the side step? Yeah, no tracking there. No tracking there. We have fly forward 1+2, which just side swaps. So still off axis. So that's not really the part that'd be scary. You just sidestep, disrespect, like stuff like that. The part that's interesting, or the part that's probably the more like bread and butter of Double Jin, is Morning Crow, right? This stance here. Now, when I first started playing this game, and I first started like fighting Double Jins, it felt like I was getting knowledge checked every single time. It felt like I was playing a game where I, like, what do I put? Because I'm playing Yoshi, right? So I'm like, let me figure out what I can interrupt. You can interrupt everything on this stance, basically. Can't flash at any place except certain weird areas. Like, buffs like state flash, like no sword stance flash, right? Is 8 frames, right? So if you do this move, it leaves you at range 0 against the Yoshi, and you just use this to stop his sidestep. He can flash punish you for this. If you continue all the way, he can flash punish you for it because he can flash from crouch. So as an option select for this, this, and this, he can flash you. It seems insane, except Yoshi doesn't have much poking. So you can do this into nothing, he flashes, dead. And like once nothing happens, then he throws out some string, evasion, down for 1. Right. There's stuff like unblockable sweep. You can just leave the area. You can just physically leave. You can do this and physically just go. Right. There's like that move. So the biggest problem, I guess, with like flashing after this, like, because Yoshi's gonna flash whenever you give yourself plus frames, right? If you give yourself +8, they know you're gonna want to press. They flash you there. They get their combo. Whatever. There we go. Holy shit, I don't know why it took so long. But you get your combo. You can spam the flash button if you see that it's a 2. So if you see this, you know, like, oh, it's a 1. If you see this animation, which they look incredibly similar, because there isn't a sound effect. Alright, you can spam flash, and you'll get a launch punish. I wonder if I can actually just show it. It'd just be simpler to show.
Next battle.
I don't even think you need to, like... I think since it's range 0, you don't even need to be in buff state. You could just go with, the regular flash. Right, punish. You can take your back 2-2. And then there's like, if I do the full version, which is, I think you can actually get hit if you press on the second one, right? Yeah, you can. So you have to like, you have to figure out which version he's using. Like which one he's going to. And then of course there's something like you know what I mean? So you have to be prepared to punish him. You know what I mean? Like, that's the general idea. So, punishment for a second. And then, of course, there's like, what? Fly 3, which catch sidesteps. It's -7 on block. So, if we turn punishment back on, it doesn't work there. But if we give Yoshi heat, it doesn't work either because of the spacing. So, like, you have to be at least range 0 in some aspects to get flashed by it. That gets punished. You can punish for pressing. Let's deactivate heat. So like, you have fly 3. -7 on block. Whatever, I don't know why I'm getting allergic to that. So the thing about this, like, there's something you can do with fly 3, right? I think it's like a certain type of rolling. Like if they get up a certain style, you can pick them up, right? Or I think if, let's say we do counter hits. Okay, where's the get up option? Wake up option is gonna be like wake up low kick. That picks them up. So you get your combo. You know what I mean? So like any type of kick, right? Mid kick gets it. So in that case, you can like. Actually, what can you do? Can't really do much about that. So maybe like you just do this into a side step. Maybe if you have like strong mechanics, you know what I mean? Or something like that. Recovery kick. Any sort of like low kick that you can evade is perfect. If they're doing low kicks to get up every single time, you can get a free combo. Spring attack. So it's one of those things where, hold on. It'll stop your offense. So it's a mix between, if they're doing any sort of low kick, you can just do morning 3. Alright, that's enough of that. I don't think there's anything. Oh, shuffle. Okay, I see. Side rolls. I don't think you can catch a side roll. Like, nah. Like, I think to stop side rolls, you have to do this. I don't know. about side roll right? Can I infinitely loop it? No. Alright, you get like one steel pedal front roll. What about that? I think front roll will kick out, right? No. Alright, that's enough of those options. You get the general concept of what I'm trying to show you. Trying to think of any of the other moves from this dance. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's like actual, like real, not just the random bullshit that I do. Totally forgot about that. So Morning Crow is effectively the same thing as the fly stance, except it's not hampered by being slow as fuck. So you have Morning Crow 1, which is a mid plus 8 on block, but if we make the bots sidewalk to the right, no, sidewalk left. That's his left. Oh, bro. Right. To your right. Gets evaded. Right. And that's why we have this homing option in Morning Crow 2. To catch him if he starts sidewalking. Or this option. We have Morning Crow 3 that also catches him if he's sidewalking. The thing is, I'm pretty sure if I put him to 2 hits, now he gets caught. So I was thinking you could sidewalk the Morning Crow 2 option, like after the first hit, but you can't. You can sidewalk the first option of Morning Crow. Right, this option. But you also can, if I put it on punish. In fact, hold on. I'll just do a basic punish. There's no need to be fancy. Something that everyone has. Alright, a 1-1. Or like just a 1 string. Alright. You can be jabbed out of your like Morning Crow 1 option. You can be sidestepped out of it. Hold on. So it trades with 11 frame moves because of the fact that it's a 22 frame move minus 11, blah blah, right? So you can't use 2-2, but you can use 1-1, but I don't want to use 1-1 right now. Right? So you lose the jab, right? That's just standard, we cover this. It's only being countered because I did it late. What you also lose to is range art. There's a lot of times where my range art has been interrupted during a Morning Crow 1. So like, if you use Morning Crow 1 too often, and then you do it on someone's block, they can rage after after shackle, and I'm pretty sure beat most of your options. But what it doesn't beat is Mortal Chrono 2. So if you're trying to stop someone from raging, that may not be a bad game plan to do Mortal Chrono 2, be negative, bet on them not mentally catching on to what you're doing fast enough into a grab, if possible. Anything to disrupt their defense as fast as possible. You know what I mean? Obviously heat burst works too. It's just anything like 10 frames fast, or anything 10 frames fast or faster beats the option. Anything that like has effectiveness. So we can do this, and I think you actually float double jin if you do this. No, you don't. Okay. And then if you try to do it with Mortal Chrono 2, you get hits. Closing statements, something like that. The issue, I guess, is like, I think it's a single side step you have to do. So maybe more than a single side step. This might be harder to do in like what I'm trying to do specifically. Yeah, that's gonna be fucking difficult to do. Ah, I just fucked up there entirely. I guess I can stop moving and then... There. So like that. No, that doesn't work either. Press the buttons too close together. Yeah, something like that, even though that's not a punish. And then I think it's easy to sidestep the other direction, probably. Yeah. So let me try to see if I can... Yeah. So I'm not doing it fast enough. You have to be precise with it. So it's probably gonna be something simple like do... something like that. Trying to find the right timing. Yeah, that's the timing. That specifically is the timing. All you have to do is the right time sidestep. That's too soon. Alright. Nah, I'm not timing it correctly. It's just easy if I have the bot myself. So if I train it to do the strength that I'm doing, which isn't hard. Anyway, you get the idea. You get the point. That's essentially the counterplay. You can sidestep, you can jab, you can rage, you can armor through the one option, right? And then the two option would be fast enough to stop you from pressing, right? Because if you look at the two, let's see, practice options, defense. You can see that the two options 15 frames. So at plus 11, you literally can't sidestep, you can't interrupt, and you can't like power crush through. At least I don't think you can power crush through because you're if the 15 frame move, power crush activates at frame 8 plus the 11. That's 19 frames. No, you just wouldn't be able to. It just wouldn't work. And since it's a heat engager, right? If you hit shackle up forward 1, you're plus 16. That means you're guaranteed 2-2. So you can use it as keep out. Once you whiff punish something. Alright. You get that guaranteed punish. I mean, once you whiff punish something, you get the guaranteed heat. And if you're in heat, of course, whatever the combo is for the situation. You know what I mean? We have Morning Crow 3. 23 frames. So this can be interrupted with jab as well. So like the reason you can't interrupt obviously 2 is because it's so slow. I mean it's so fast. And you can interrupt 1 is because it's slow enough, like 22 frames, minus 11 frames. 11 frame trades, 10 beats it, right? This is 23 on Crow 3. And so like all are going to be able to like contest this move. You could use it in combos because it is like a tornado, so you can. Not exactly that, obviously, but you get the general idea. You have Morning Crow 4-2. Actually, this 4-2 option is an example of... Hold on, let me go back to the last move so I can show you that it can be interrupted. Can't be sidestepped. Can be power crushed. Can be rage started pretty late. Can be parried. You know what I mean? So guaranteed, if you think they're going to sidestep your option, Crow 3. If you think they're going to stand block, Crow 1. My brain's like frying out. I can't think right now. If you think they're gonna stand block, Crow 1, and if you think they're gonna try to interrupt, Crow 2-2. Alright, and if you want to play it safe, you can just do the first part. So those are the 3 assigned like roles for that, right? Those are without a doubt, these are what they do. We have Tekken 8 plus frames, even though that was probably in the last game, wasn't it? Or is Morning Crow a new stance? I think it might be a new stance because Shackle's new. I don't know. I didn't play Double in 7. So we have plus frames, we have frame trap, right? And then we have homing, right? A safe homing mid option. Just to lock them down. The reason I broke it down into those different sections of like these are their clear purposes, I have no fucking clue what this move is supposed to be for, except for combos. Actually, never mind, it's for combos because it's the same thing as in the fly stance, and I said that one was for combos as well. Like, I'm not sure if there's a function, right? Because this is one of those moves that is in every way, shape, or form completely interruptible. Alright, like that's a standard combo chain. So I assumed you couldn't step the second part of it. I mean, I assumed you could step the second part, but... Oh, you can. Oh, you can completely step this. Yeah, this is completely steppable. Alright, so... you can step the front kick. You can step the second hit, which is a high. You can duck that high. You can power crush to interrupt both of the offices. Both of those, like flip and the spike down hand that's +1 on block. You can power crush through all of it, obviously. You can range art through all of it, obviously. You just can't jab out of it. So if you do 3-4, right, essentially you don't have a move fast enough to beat that. And I don't even think Yoshi could, I don't even think Yoshi, in theory, could flash that. because of the distance it leaves you at when he does it. So maybe you can flash it. Yeah, you be flashed, you be airborne. You can definitely flash that. It's definitely close enough. So like Yoshi could flash that, but for the most part, you can't interrupt that from happening unless it's like with a parry. Like, let's see. Yeah, you can do that. So if you do the parry like immediately after, I think it just misses. You have to wait a little bit after, like chain, wait. Maybe immediately after chain? Because no, it just misses that. You have to wait till like deep. Yeah, you have to wait till like he's deep or close. Like it's weird timing. There's a specific timing because you have to wait till the right moment. Because if he's too close, even on hits. So I guess if you get hit, it's causing it to. Yeah, you can just spam your way through. Which means I have a question. This move. 2-2. Because you need a 10 frame move to beat it, right? And obviously, these parries aren't 10 frame. Well, I don't think that's quite obvious, but... So yeah, you could, in theory, if you don't want to take the mix-up between the 2-2 variant and the 4-2 variant, you could just do that. Let's test it with all the other ones. Alright. Now we're trying out the Crow 1. Beats it. Beats it. There we go. Get the idea for that. And then I think there's one more 3, right? Alright, yeah, that was weird. Yeah, so you can option select the entire thing with basically like parry. Like if you're a double jin versus double jin, you can use back 1+3 and beat everything. Which means characters like Raymond with his parry could probably also beat the stance. I wonder if Yoshimitsu can beat it with Kencho. Because Kencho is also technically a parry. So if we do quick select, I guess I'd have to be Yoshi. Yeah, I guess that's the simplest. On immediate timing, no hesitation. Let's see. Alright, this is the 3 option. Just have to try for a second. So you can option select with Power Crush. Like Power Crush beats that. Power Crush beats that. So the answer is no, but we do know that Power Crush beats it. So at the very least, we know we can just use Power Crush on Yoshi if that is what it calls for. Quick select.
Get ready for the next battle.
All right. So yeah, this option here of Crow 4-2. My only question is it true? Because if it's not true, I don't think it. Obviously, any of these things can be used for combos, but I'm trying to see like if I get the mix. All right. No, it's not true. So even if he gets hit, if he like just goes, okay, I'm a duck now, he can. It'll look like this. And then he just punishes me. Because sure, his guess was wrong on which option, but it's the stupid flip option. All the stupid flip options are bad. Unless it's the mid one. No, because it's not a flip. But you get the general idea. So, like, it's not interruptible, the 4 option. Like, Crow 4 is not interruptible. But I don't think it's true. We're gonna do block all. Which means if that's 9 frames and Power Crush is 8 frames, that's actually a genuine question I have. Because theoretically, right, based on what we know about the game so far, Power Crush should beat literally every single option except 2, right? Stab block. So 2 beats Power Crush, right? Yes. Power Crush beats 3. Power Crush beats 4. Oh, that's actually interesting. So if I do... I'm basically fucked. If I do 4-2 and I continue the combo, I kind of just whiff at nothing. I think it'd be cool if they made it like that move can continue through Power Crush. It'd be very fucking annoying, actually. Now that I think about it, because the entire stance rests on the shoulders of this homing mid that's punishable on block. So you can use this to like just interrupt, just nope. And if you're in heat, you go, fuck it, I wanna see. You know what I mean? It's up there correctly. Alright. Of course, we've tried this option 4-2-1. It gets beaten by Power Crush. So if the entire thing is beaten by Power Crush, then effectively whenever you see a Devil Jin and he's going to do an attack, it's kind of fake. It's actually fake. There's no real mix. I think the only mix, quote unquote, is this turn on punishment again quickly. Right, that, or if he does that. And if he's like, oh, he doesn't have heat. Well, it's still a knockdown. Right. Still a knockdown. 37 damage. You can get up and block that? That's fucking sickening. Let's do block all. Standing. I don't think I'm doing this correctly. Okay. So you can at least get a back four off. All of that just for some small information. I will say that if you wanted to take a guess, right? A guess for your life, you don't care about danger, you don't care about lack of safety, you could indeed, and in theory, go for this option, which is launch punishable, right? Right. You could do that, or you could just go with like 2. You could just go with 2. Just be safe about it. 2, 2, 2, 2. You're giving up your turn though. And then there's like 4-2 instead of going 4-2-1. It's the same thing as in the fly stance. So it'd be like if you were in a combo. Right, 71 damage versus having to and theoretically, right? I'm not even theoretically. That's objectively more damage. That is objectively a lot of fucking damage. But that requires a mix when they get up. That requires decent execution of all the buttons. Like, it's a very easy combo, don't get me wrong. Like, once you get it down, it's pretty easy. But that's a lot more space to drop. And it's a lot more, like, resource intensive. So if you do that combo, with no heat, it's at 61. So you need the heat. If you're not in heat, that combo's like, what? Not usable, right? So then, instead of using the heat, you'd have to use something else. Maybe like, hold on. Alright, something like that. Or if you're not trying to break the floor, you can do just the other option and like 4-2-1+2. It's to make the combo simpler so you don't have to spend. So you get 71 damage, right? You're back at max distance again, so you can use your shackle. And you didn't spend any of your heat. Because remember, we didn't reach 71 damage until we reached the wall. So we had to do this skill check, this skill check, this check, this check, this check, this check, this check, which I drop all the time. This check. Alright, all of this. Alright, timing. That check at the end with that weird inputs. Alright. We're gonna do all of this. Alright. How am I dropping that, actually? Oh, I messed up the combo. Like, see what I mean? Like, there's times where it's just like, bro, what are my buttons? Like, what? How do I? And if you do that on this character, right? Any character's combo is gonna be dropped, obviously. This character's combos are so like he's like you need that damage. How am I'm messing that up somehow. But you get the general idea that like you have to get past all this execution check into this, right? Just to get a bunch of damage. Right? Cool, 91 damage is nice. But if you can if you have to spend that heat burst to do the combo, that means you can only ever do it once per round. You can only do 90 damage once per round. Alright. Holy. There we go. I keep dropping it. Holy shit. But this, simpler. I know it's like halfway through the execution already, because you have to get the electric, you have to get the laser, then you have to get the chain, and then you have to do 2 simple buttons. But after that, you get a decent amount of damage for none of the resourcing. Right? You don't have to spend any resource to get there, essentially. You don't have to spend any resource to get to 71 damage. While you have to spend resource to get to 71 and past it. Like, you saw the combo reach 90 damage. That's objectively a lot of damage. Why is it doing that? Is there something wrong with my controller? There might be something wrong with my controller. But enough about that. That's just what I think. I mean, I'm objectively. It's not that I'm objectively correct that having access to a 90 damage combo into more like Oki for like more damage afterwards is objectively a good thing. I'm just saying that there's gonna be times where you're gonna be facing someone and you're gonna want to have a heat burst, right? You're gonna want to be able to like have a very reliable get off me button, right? Or you want like there's like awkward wall placement or you're kind of close to the wall. Right? Instead of risking your combo dropping or being like, oh, I wouldn't get that damage anyway. So if I like move forward here again, say here. Oh, that's fucked up. I messed that up bad. I keep fucking it up because I learned the new combo. Nah, it still ends up working out even there. I guess, like, how close do I have to be? I guess I could be, like, right here. Yeah, and, like, this fucks up your combo. Because you're so close to the wall. So you have to do a different combo route. So what if we're here, here, here? No, that's actually heat. I totally forgot what the distance I was at, so it's like no, because I want to have the heat there when I do it. Oh, I messed it up. So what I'm trying to do is the standard combo that I do, right? Into that. Actually, not into that, into this. Into that. So I have to get it into position, pop heat, remember status. Oh, that's so clean. That's so fucking sexy, though. That's so sexy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, obviously, I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about when it comes to combos. Don't listen to me. Go look up a combo guide. If you're in heat, things just become so clean. If you're not in heat, the thing is, like, I want to save heat for, like, they hit me with a combo. Guaranteed. Like, guaranteed health back. Mix up. Right. Let me see. I want to see something real quick before I move on. Nah, it doesn't break the ground. That combo does how much? That's interesting. Alright, one last time. Oh, it misses. I think I just wanted to do like that, maybe. Yeah, something like that. That's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. And I reset it too, didn't I? So if I do display hub, yeah, that's a massive chunk of health gone. We have Morning Crow 1+2. What is this? Oh yeah, the like heat smash. So he has an unblockable high, right? So the way it works, right, is when he is in heat, it goes from the normal animation you just saw, the unblockable high animation, to this. Oh my bad. It goes from the unblockable high animation to a heat smash, right? And he had this before, but they changed it so that he could do multiple in one life, right? So technically, if you do it correctly, you can essentially end off your combos with you see me do it already, but I'm fucking choking right now. Ugh, keep fucking it up. This is the one. I was lied to by myself. I lied to myself. Oh yeah. There we go. This is the one. Okay, bro. There we go. This is the one. There we go. Holy shits. This is the combo, essentially. So, like, they have about 100 health, like, available with, like, great health and actual health. But their actual health is at 60 something now. Where they lost majority of their health bar to the combo. I should turn off rage. Rage is affecting the damage stat. So like if you're on like the edge of death, right? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't even know what that move does. One. Alright. I'll keep fucking it up. Alright. There we go. So it's a little bit less damage, but it's still basically someone's entire fucking health bar as far as damage goes. Right? Into like I can't wave dash, but it's just a wave dash Oki of like, you know what I mean? So you can either do Hell Sweep, or you can do this homing mid. Right? And this, right? Oh, you to be safe, I do this so I can like just have the timing immediately on wake up, so they just have to guess, right? They don't know what's going on. It's just like, oh, he's going to get a crow stance, do something, right? Because if you structured around this image, I think a lot of people would have an easier time visually identifying. All right, he's doing that thing again. Let's just, you know what I mean? But if someone's coming off the ground from being launched, like, ducking becomes a lot scarier. You know what I mean? To be fair, I'm pretty sure that that's a special low that can never duck. I just misinputted. I meant to do this. Like, if they stand up and block because they don't want to get hit with something like this or this, right? Hell, if you have heat left, because like let's look at the actual combo. Let's. Nah, it sends them too far away for that one, but we can do something. Oh, that breaks the floor? That's such a weird interaction, I didn't know. Right. What are you doing this, right? You know what I mean? Like, you have enough time to fly, do 2-2 on block. It's actually genuinely disgusting. Like, I think all of it is gimmicks in the sense of, it's a gimmick, right? That if I could electric, I. Oh yeah, I'm actually fucking buds. Just absolute buds. I don't know how the fuck that took me forever. You know what I mean? Like, if they duck, they die. If they don't duck, you get a second guess to run your offense. Like, this was somebody's whole health bar, no rage. But it's based off the concept of, like, the setup is obvious. If you've seen it before, if you broke it down mentally, it's obvious. Because the steps that you have to do to get into this scenario are like... First of all, let's find out something. Let me turn the rage on after I do the combo. Or like turn rage on pretty quickly. Just so I can see something. So you can't hit rage off of that. What about... That doesn't work. $58 damage? Yeah, they're dead. They're just dead. That misses. Oh! The game trolled me there. What? Hold on, let's bring this to a floor that isn't gonna break. But I need a wall. This wall's kind of close. Yeah, like you're just gone. That's someone's entire health bar just gone in seconds. And I know it's like, yo, you're kind of stretching it. It's not that crazy. It's crazy if you fall into it, right? If this is like he caught you on a read, right? You took your damage, whatever. All right, now you're at the wall. You hit with this. Now you're on the ground, right? And then there's the heat aspect. The part that I'm specifically talking about, and in fact, let's do that over again. But I'll disable heat. I mean, I'll disable rage. So player rage not set. What? Looks like you'd have rage the whole time. Why did I turn rage off? Who cares? So like, rage would be on the whole time. Like this is your last second electric. You got a good combo. Alright. Oh, I wanted him to block. That's what I wanted. It wasn't about the rage. It was about the blocking. That's why we need rage on, so we could like show the realistic damage in that scenario. Alright. Alright, and then we'll turn him to off it so he's blocking. Oh, no way. It ended like just as... It ended like just as I did that, bro. Was I thinking for too long? Yeah, I just fucked that one up entirely. There we go. Yep. No, it double read the input. I'm bro. I had to slow down. Holy shit. Fuck the electric. There's no way in hell I was actually finna hit that fucking electric. There's no way. All this hard work for nothing. Yeah, I just got to edit this part out. Holy shit. I'm just fucking up that bad. I'm just fucking up that bad. You think after literally almost an hour of doing this, I'd have it down? You think I'd have it down? What? Alright, there we go. There we go. Everything's fine. Okay, do with this. It like aids as I'm doing it. So I have to do like faster. Oh, you can do it. I'm just doing it so delayed that it's ending. Okay. That's completely on me. Alright. Oh yeah. That's my fault for double inputting. How far after? This is basically becoming a combo video, I'm not gonna lie. It's fucking... Oh, bro. I step forward. Oh. Thank you. Oh, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, brother. You don't understand how painful this is. You don't understand how painful this is. Oh, this is... Please, just... Oh, yeah, but I do that first try. What? Oh, yeah, that's fucked up. There we go. There we go. That pisses me off. It's because, like, I'm trying to confirm it into it. I guess I just need to have faith. Faith in whatever puts. Just need to have faith, right? Okay, that I had faith. I had so much faith. I had so much. Yo, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. Mentally, this is cooking me. Mentally, this is cooking me. We need to end this. No. We end this now. For our brothers. No. I know how to do the abilities. Please stop. My brothers and sisters. We gotta do this. Alright, bro. Listen, at this point, let's just get the show over with. I actually tired of this fucking time. Oh! Oh, brother, you don't understand the pain. Step forward. No! I saw that was the one. That was the one. I think my entire night has been consumed by the want and desire to hit this combo. Not even this combo, this fucking setup. It's a setup. Like, it's possible. It's so possible. It's so possible, bro. It's so possible, bro. It's so possible. It's so possible. It's so possible. It's so possible. Why? Why? Without the reset is crazy. Without the reset is crazy. Why? Why? Why is it breaking the floor? Stop. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. The exact second. I need like the exact frame that my block stun, that the block stun's over. That's what I need. Just the exact fucking frame. That's all. Alright. Alright. Come on. Come on, brother. For the for the phone. Oh, I dropped it. Wait, maybe what I just thought about, maybe the hits on the person causes my heat to stall long enough for it to like long enough, just long enough for it to what's the word for it? Long enough for me to confirm the forward input for the heat dash. You know what I mean? Like maybe like me literally not having the bot block is why it's possible. He didn't get up in time. Yeah, this is the part where I get so frustrated that I'm forgetting like how to do. I'm forgetting how to do basic parts of the combo, bro. Listen, at this point, fuck this combo. I'm devolving at this point. I'm thinking that's it. Like the block itself, like doing it on block is depleting part of my heat. Or doing it on block doesn't extend the heat the way hitting someone with a move would, right? So it allows me to get the heat dash off if I hit the person. That's what I'm thinking. I'm moving on though, because holy shit, that took fucking forever. That took so long for me to even like. If someone out there can hit that, right? Then they're just the greatest, you know. But I can't. This helped me perfect my electrics. Oh, as I said that. Oh, there we go. This helped me get my electrics, you know, better. But holy shits. Yeah, this has been rough. But what I was trying to communicate was that it's... Oh, I have to do the combo to show you. It's basically fake. The combo's fake. Like, not the combo, the setup. There's no real pressure. This combo is real, right? Because it's a combo. Right, blah, 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 whatever. Then all you have to do from there, sidestep. Just sidestep or duck, right? And the heat smash is what, 20 frames? So after, let's say, it's obviously a mix because you're getting up and you're not sure which one options he's gonna do. You could also just stay on the ground. That would be the entirety of it. So like, alright, do the combo. You stay on the ground there, you're straight. I feel like, oh bro, I feel like I could do it. You can do it! You can do it! I did it! I did it! I did it! It took literally no, I'm not trying to return back. Just kidding. It literally took so fucking long to do. But I did it. You can hit an electric, do your regular combo, then set it up to an unblockable heat smash grab, right? Then from when they're getting up from that heat smash grab, do crow in 2-2 like heat dash on their block to one. If they press and they get hit by it, they die, no questions asked, because you get rage art. Right, you get like a regular combo, which is like 50-60 damage. They're not surviving that because they ate 100 something damage. And then why can't I move my camera here? It's weird. And then you get the bonus frames of, what's the word? You get the bonus frames of the heat dash on their block, so you can do a mix up. So you can go for a grab. Alright, and then there you can do some shit like that off the grab. And if they survive that, they're a G. Because they took a full combo, right? They took a full combo and lived. Oh, that's so satisfying to like finally hit. You don't understand how satisfying that is to finally hit that. All this just because I wanted to show you what I was talking about. Oh man. But yeah, let's move on before I get fucking trapped by this move, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Something important is after this, you're neutral. Right? So, since you're neutral on block, you're really relying on them being scared to press, or you're really reliant on them wanting to press in the first place. Either or, right? You're reliant on them wanting to go, oh no, stay away from me, get off of me, you know, leave me alone. Or them going, oh, I just block, just keep blocking. It'll end eventually. Those are the two reactions you're looking for. Anything else like quick button or sidestep, I'm not sure. I think the only way to test it would be to do that combo again, but then change the bot to like press a button after he's been smacked, and I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't think my sanity is worth a setup that probably will only work once, but does take away like all your health. There's probably a clip online of someone doing this exact same like setup. Alright, one last time for the road. Oh yeah, never mind, I'm bad. I'm not doing this. It's over. Let's move on. Just his throws. How do I stop rage arts? Because I keep trying to do this throw. So it's forward, back. That's a cool throw, objectively. I'm just trying to figure out where I am mentally, because that whole combo string fucking fried my brain. I'm trying to think. What? Just need a moment. Okay. Quick overview. If you think your opponent's going to press against... If you think your opponent's going to press against you when you're in the crow stance, right? Because there's a lot of things like raw rising 1-1. Oh, that is not the button I thought. Well, I guess that's exactly the button I need, but... Like, when you're in the raw rising, like, 1-1, like, we do raw rising 1-1, right? It transitions you in at plus 11, right? So what you can do is 2-2 to interrupt anyone doing power crushes or pressing, right? Or sidestepping. Like, every stance has something that you can do generally to beat like 80% of its options. At least from the characters that I play. Dragonfly or Yoshimitsu, Fuzzy Duck, beat everything. With Devil Jin, you can power crush through all of his options. You can physically react to him doing a flip and jab him. You could rage art all of his options, except for no. You can rage art all of his options except for 2-2. So if you want to stop someone from pressing, all right, you can do 2-2. Issue 2-2's -14 on block. It forces crouch, yeah, but I'm pretty sure you can rage art from crouch. I mean, not rage art from crouch. That's the wrong word. I'm pretty sure like you still have a decent like punish from crouch. So like, Devil Jin can launch because he has a 14 frame launcher. So like, there's some people that like, if you do this, you actually die in return. If they're not pressing and they're stand guarding, use fly 1 for the +8. If they're trying to sidestep, use, fly 2. Like, since there's generally always something to like counteract your stance, they just made fly 2 the overall. It's homing, so you can't sidestep anymore. It's super fast, so you can't press button, right? It counteracts all of the counterplay you would have, except the follow-up for big reward is very negative. Unless you use heat. You know what I mean? And like, that would just be like your mix-up or whatever. So that means like for the exchange of his heat or like the last little bit of his heat, because let's face it, you can do that. You can use the last little inch of it, of your heat bar. You can essentially use that last tiny bit of heat left to make the move safe. So for like at one point in the match, he can just have a safe 2-2, right? A safe crow 2-2. He could just do the first hits, but there's not gonna be much reward, and I think on hits, it's -1. So like, most people aren't going to immediately challenge you after getting hits, or most people aren't going to challenge you after you do this move, unless they're fucking bots, right? So if they're pressing and they realize they got hit, and you just have to react faster and then throw out a button. You have to. Because if you do something like, let me turn off punish really quickly. If you do something like this, that I hit him, he might throw out a button. Right? It depends on how scared you made him. If he feels comfortable, if he knows the data, that like, hey, he might just be prepping to like press his punish at a certain time. So if you do this, be prepared to throw out another button. Right? And you're a Mishima too, so you can do, just to be sure. If you want to catch sidestepping, you can use 3 in technicality. I'd say use 3 for much more of like get up situations, right? Where if they use a low, if I could, wake up option, we'll do like low kick, something like that. Something simple. Everything else is just like combo tools. Now, what I need to there's certain stuff that you can do while down, and I neglected to look at it because I was like, what's the fucking point of that? Just seems gimmicky. Oh, dude, I didn't know we had so many good options. Oh, this is so cool. All right, restart, switch positions, no. Player status, direction. Player status, down, face up. It says while down and facing up, press 3+4. Oh, that's just spring kick. That's just like the common stuff. If we do up 3+4, we do this. So we can do. So what that means is we can be knocked down. Right. We could also do stuff like they may not be prepared. That may not be a good one. You could do right. You could do this. Catch them on like the come in. Is that it? Is that all he has? Yeah, so the most of this is just fucking useless. I don't know why I pay attention to this. It's literally just up 3+4. Alright, time for the Raw Risings. I didn't pay these Raw Risings any attention because they were pretty simple, but the common situation that happens is if someone knows the matchup and I'll do something like this animation, they'll understand that the second hit is a high. They'll understand that if I do something like this, right? In fact, let's do the full experience. It'd be like, it would be the flow chart, right? I messed up the recording somehow. Right. Or better yet, let's do the other option, like the options you can actually interrupt. It's the spam one route. Right. So if I get hit with this, they'll just duck it and then launch me for it. You know what I mean? Once they realize it's that option, then they just duck it. Which leaves me with a dilemma. If they're just going to duck, right? So I'm not gonna get that. I need a better option. And better yet, I need to understand what options I had in the first place with that move. So if I do this, I'm +9, right? I'm +16 entering my stance. +16, what does that mean? If I do +16, because it's +11 on block, right? Because of the chain. If I'm +16 and my, like, what? Crow 1, 22 frames. That's then, let's say 11, 11, uh, minus 5. They did a 6 frame move to interrupt it, which I think can only be done with Flash, like base Flash. So it'd have to be like Yoshimitsu to be the only character who could challenge after getting hit with the Raw Rising 1-1. And another thing that I want to test out is. Oh no. This setting, standing, block, block all, put the one. So, no, we can't have it be a counter hit. Right? So you can get hit with the first one and block, which means you can get hit with the first one and crouch. So you can still get hit with it, crouch, and launch. So, like, it's important to understand the actual circumstance of what's going on because information like that dictates what we do, especially in, like, if we start facing better opponents who are looking to see what option we have, they crouch because they're like, oh, he's going to do this option. For whatever reason, they're fucking crouched. And then they get hit, they recognize it, and they continue to hold down back, or they go back to holding down back, duck, launch. Right? There's been several matches where I've done this. People have ducked it and launched me, and then I fail to adjust, and then I lose. Right? All right. Anyway, we need an alternative because if they're ducking this, right? What's our offense from this? Well, we have Raw Rising 3, which is minus 11 on block. All right, 14 frames. So it's a little bit slower than this. On hits, leaves you +9. It's +14 on hits, right? Like on counter hit. So let's say you frame trap into it. Let's record over this. Right. That's weird. I'll do like a down forward one. Just make it simple myself. If I do something like this. Oh, I see. Because it forces them crouched. Right? They get counter hit 14. We're both standing. So from there, what is there? We have like back 2, 3 as our 14 frame advantage. So we could be prepared to do this, into this, into this. Right? Right? And now we're in heat. That could be a game plan. Right? Just see if we can fish for that. And how terrible is the question. Where is my other controller? There it is. All right. What I'm trying to think is, what I'm trying to say is, whenever you're doing this, you're fishing, right? You do this into this. One, because this gives you plus frames to go into 1-1, which is a stance in which you can do that on plus block. You give yourself plus frames, right? Into more plus frames. And it's just to stress this block and to gather information. It gets boring if you only ever do this, but it is like a flowchart that you can have for like, hey, let me test his block, let me see what's going on, let me gather information. You can throw this out, see if you get a counter hit, see if he likes to press. Into plus frames. Does he sidestep here? What does he do? Right? And remember, the While Rising 1-1, which we barely covered for some fucking reason, is plus 16 on block. So, Crow 2, literally uninteractable. They cannot do anything. Because before, because before, right, when it was 11 frames on block, a 15 frame move, there's a 4 frame difference, right? If they can do anything within those 4 frames, then, you know, they get it. If it's a Raven parry, right? There's some 3 frame parries, right? Because Raven parry is on first frame, and then there's some 3 frame parries, right? Parries can activate around that range. There's still room if you do it on block. But on counter hit, if you're plus 16, they literally cannot parry 2-2. What about this one, right? You're plus 16. Let's see, that's 3. So that moves 17 frames fast. So 7. They need a 7 frame or faster to beat you. There's 4, which is 20. So that you need a 4 frame move. They would need a parry to beat that option. So like once you're that plus, right? They can't really interrupt you on whatever choice you're doing. On top of like this one being basically 16 frames, right? Because it's plus 16, so no, because it's minus the 2, 16. Then you have to minus the 10 because it's 16. So that'd be 14 minus the 10, 4. They'll have 4 frames, right? I feel like I'm bugging. I feel like I'm not doing math correctly because I'm not. I don't think I am. No, I'm definitely doing it correctly. I think. I think because it's 22 minus 6, right? Because it's 16, so we're just gonna a 4 left, and it's 16. Then you have to minus the 10, right? Yeah. So I was doing the math wrong. So it's 6 frame difference. So that's enough for a flash. A person can, if you have flash and you're spamming it off of this on counter hit into the 1 option, you could flash it. Nothing else. You can't flash the 1-1. You could flash. You can't flash the 4. You can't flash 3. Actually, I think you can flash 3, right? Yeah, you could flash 3. And then the only other option is the high, which you can't flash. So, essentially, we're gonna be trying to backdash, Korean backdash, little of me. Essentially, it becomes unresponsible if you counter hit that move. So then they never want to press because whatever choice you do is just gonna beat them to the punch. But then again, like the crow stance never felt like something that was supposed to make them want to press in the first place. It was supposed to be like agitation, like you're plus on their block, and if they want to stop that, then you have tools within to mix off that interaction. The interaction that's trying to be subverted or trying to be played around with the crow stance, to me, feels like crow 1, because it's plus and on block, right? That's what's trying to be worked around. And since that's what's trying to be worked around, you're building everything around that. So, since they don't want to enter that situation and have to, like, guess. Because the thing is, I honestly, so you should. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think entering against a Diligent on Crow is that bad. Maybe because it's lower in the ranks. Whatever. But, yeah, that was the whole point that I didn't cover about the whole, like, reason why we'd be wanting to do that in the first place. Let's see, where was I? Raw Rising 2? No, we're on Raw Rising 3. Yeah. It says... It says crouch dash input. Oh, it says on hit shift to Morning Crow. I'm trying to... I don't get the button inputs for this. I actually don't get this. I'm not gonna lie to you. It says forward, neutral, down, down, forward, 3+4. I don't quite get that. It says that's an option. Is it for when I'm in crouch? I don't get it. But important news, if you hit it, it shifts into fucking crow, which I didn't know. Right? So if I do this, I'm plus 23. So that means this is guaranteed. This is guaranteed. This is guaranteed. This is guaranteed. Theoretically, let's test it out. Yeah. So this is actually such a great replacement. What is it on block? -11? I can eat a -11. I can eat a -11. And this is exactly why we do this, because I overlook the Raw Rising lows, like the Raw Rising moves, because I wanted to go actively play with the character. And then I played with him a bit, and I felt like the holes and stuff that I was missing, and like, you know, in a video game where it's like, yeah, I haven't unlocked this area yet, and things are attached to that area, and you can feel like, yeah, this isn't complete. That's what it feels like to play a character in the way that I choose to play characters, where I just go, oh, these moves are cool. These gotta be like decent ones. This is what I'm fishing for. And then I just go play and get my ass whooped. And eventually you start like, okay, this is the ebb and flow. This is what I need to do. This is... We're doing okay. And then you go watch other players. It's like, oh, I'm not using half my move list. I'm not using a third of it. I should probably do that. They're using moves you never used before. Alright. So, can you transition? Nope, because it says on hit. Alright. Alright, so if you can... You gain everything, guaranteed, right? What would be the most valuable thing to get? Maybe when you're already in heat, you go for 2-2. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I keep fucking it up. That's on me. It's such a like execution heavy character because like it feels like that's just objectively cool. So the real move that I want to be using is While Rising 3. While Rising 4. This is launch punishable. The follow-up is. That's just a Mishima thing, so I'm not really stressing about it. So it's While Rising 3 and While Rising 1 and While Rising 2 are gonna be my main tools. 1, 2. Oh, this also shifts to Morning Crow. So we have 1 with that shifts to Morning Crow on block. Right. But it's a mid high, so people are gonna start ducking it when they start getting to like better lobbies, right, or better regions, or not regions. When you get to better ranks, that's the word I was looking for. You have While Rising 3, which on counter hit gives you guaranteed like crow. Right? Meaning you can do that. So my phone ringing? Hello.